On the left you can see standard Xiaomi charger. This is 42 volts, 1.7 amps, which is around 71 watts. On the right you can see really badass charger. It's 42 volts but 4 amps. So how to calculate watts? It's actually super easy. You have to multiply 42 by 4 and you will have something around 168 watts. So yeah, it's super easy to calculate the watts. So the question is, can you just use straight away this big charger, just plug it to your Xiaomi and charge batteries like 2 times faster? Well, the answer is not that easy. Let me show you why. Can you see this super tiny cable? This one is between power supply and battery. So through this cable is going like 42 volts and 1.7 amps. So I am now actually quite impressed that this cable is not melting. So for sure, don't use it with some 4 amps charger because this tiny cable will just melt. And for the next one I have to draw some diagram. I will show you how power ecosystem in Xiaomi is working. So at first we've got battery pack. Next one we've got BMS, which is connected straight to battery. This thing is controlling the battery. That battery will be not overcharged, not fully depleted. So yeah, it's taking care of the battery. Next one we've got motherboard. Motherboard is connected to BMS and motherboard is controlling what amount of power is going to the wheel. So yeah, you can just control the speed. And next one we've got the wheel, which is connected to motherboard. So through BMS we can also charge the battery. So here we got this nice power input on the right side of the scooter, and the thing is that we cannot use more than 2.5 amps through this small charging port, because if the value will be more than 2.5 amps then BMS will disconnect, will just turn it off, this charging shit. If charging amperage on the smart port on the right side will be bigger than 2.5 amps, then BMS will stop charging the battery. So this is maximum value. But as you remember, bros, I told you that we can use 4 amps beast. So how to do it? Actually pretty easy. As you know, in Xiaomi we've got regenerative braking. So when you start to brake, then the motor is becoming a generator, so it's generating the power and it's giving power to the motherboard, from motherboard to BMS and to battery. So we can use this second connection between motherboard and BMS to use this charger, because I noticed that in Xiaomi Pro once when I hit the brake pretty badly, the amount of power was like 7.5 amps. So yeah, in Pro version motor can generate even 7.5 amps in a peak. In simple classic version it was like, I think, something around 4 amps. So for Pro version I think I could say that we can use this 4 amps charger, but for simple classic I wouldn't go more than 2.5 amps, because next thing is rating of used batteries in our scooters, which are usually 18650, so simple Lions batteries. And you can find in manufacturer side that every single type of battery got different C rating. How to calculate C rating is also super easy. Let's say that you've got battery which is 3000 milliamps, or other words 3 amps, and manufacturer said that you cannot charge this battery more than 0.2 C. How to calculate the amount of power in milliamps? Pretty easy, which is 600 milliamps. So yeah, if you've got battery like, let's say 10S 3P. 3P means that number of cells in parallel and S is in series. So 3P is like one battery, second battery and third battery, and they are connected like this. So if every single battery got 3000 milliamps, then over here you should have around 9 amps. So the maximum charging power should be around 1.8 amps, because yeah, usually manufacturers are saying that you cannot charge battery more than 0.2 C. And that's why in Xiaomi Simple we've got 1.7 amps, and in Pro Pro also the same. Well, I'm not sure why they use the same charger for Pro where we've got bigger battery, but I think because it's cheaper for them. Of course, you can charge your Lions even with 1C power, but lifespan will be much shorter because every single time when you're charging or discharging batteries, they are losing lifespan, and when you just speed up this process by using bigger charger, then batteries got much shorter lifespan. The same is about discharging, so when you just discharge them too fast, then also they're losing lifespan. The same thing is about don't charge batteries more than 4.1 volts, don't charge them to 4.2 volts, but because also they're losing lifespan. So this is extra topic. I told you about this voltage before, but C rating, this is quite important. So like we mentioned, in simple Xiaomi we've got battery pack 7.8 amps, and actually we shouldn't exceed this value 1.8 amps, but I could say that something around 0.3 C could be maximally safest charging rating. So if you would like to charge your scooter at 0.3 C, then for classic Xiaomi it will be 2.3 amps, and for Pro version up to 3.7 amps. Of course, all things change when you've got extra battery connected between motherboard and BMS, like in my case. Then over here you can use even much bigger power, like I've got in Pro version in a stock I think is around, let's say 13 amps, because this is like 12 something, and my extra battery is around 18 amps. So overall I've got like 20 or even 31 amps. So I can easily use even 7 amps charger, but I think I will not do it. And this 4 amps charger will do the job. So the overall story is that you have to add extra connector between motherboard and BMS. And through this connector you can charge your scooter by some super powerful charger. My charger is some YZ power brand, and let's check if it's working, if it's really giving like 42 volts. Usually ground is outside and the plus is inside. Now let's check the voltage. And we've got 42 volts. Quite nice, quite precise. And let's check now. As you notice, the voltage drop. Why? Because I use this huge diode. Thanks to this simple diode, which is actually quite cheap, is like 10 cents per one, we can decrease the end voltage. So if you are worried about overcharging your batteries, then you can use a couple of these in series and you can seriously extend lifespan of your batteries. I've got plenty of these, so we can do now some simple mode. Well then, my mad plan is to decrease overall voltage from 42 to 41 volts, so 1 volt less. To do it, I will use 4 diodes in series, because every single diode can decrease voltage for about 0.25 volts, so overall we should expect in this 4S 1 volt less. But one of these 10A10, which are quite powerful and cheap, got rating about 10 amps, so I will use charger 4 amps. Yeah. To don't overheat this diode system, I will add 1 extra in parallel. So now we've got 4S 2P diode system. For sure this thing will not overheat. Check this one out, bros. It's almost done, looks like shit, but no worries, I will add some heat shrink tube so it will look good. I connected this diode system to red cable from power supply, which is power output. So over here we should get like 42 volts. So far so good, 42.08. Every single diode should decrease voltage for about 0.25 volts. And as you can see, the silver thing on the diode is always on the back. So over here energy flows in, here flows out. So energy will flows in over here and flows out over here. Super easy. So once again, on input we've got 42 volts. And over here on output, between the diodes in the first series, we should be at around 4175 because voltage will be decreased. And we've got 4175, nice. Over here should be at around 4150, we've got 4143, here should be even lower at the third series, yeah, 4113, and at the end we should be under 41 volts. We've got 4093, so now you know how to make this simple diode system. 8 diodes will cost you like maybe not even $1, and this simple system will seriously increase lifespan of your battery pack. Because if you've got some simple Chinese battery pack, then that kind of packs can survive maybe not even 200 charging cycles. But if you will decrease voltage to about 41 volts from 42, then you can get at least 50% more charging cycles, so you can expect even 300 charging cycles or more thanks to this super cheap diode system. Nice. Oh yeah, some extra magic, bros. So on the output we've got 40.93 volts, but when I touch this output, then we've got 45.68. When I slowly release my finger, then the voltage is dropping. Crazy, isn't it? Pablo said that if I install diodes inside the case of the power supply, then it will look much better. And as you can see, inside the power supply we've got plenty of space. I've been able to fit easily 12 diodes, so now we've got 8 at the bottom and 2 extra on the top, so it was quite nice idea. It looks good. So now voltage dropped to around 40.64 volts. This is much better score compared to 41 volts. Because for me magic number for 10S battery is 40.5 volts. At that voltage, battery pack will have the best lifespan and still huge capacity. Also at the end of the charging port I added EXT30 connector because it's tiny, so it's super small, can handle huge amperages, safe to use, but of course you can add what you like. In my previous videos I show you how to add extra battery to Xiaomi M365. Of course my Pro is modded one. Those power cables are going inside the Xiaomi, so to connection between motherboard and built-in battery. Now I will add just one extra connector and I will charge my Xiaomi through these cables. So now let me open Xiaomi and show you how it looks inside. What do you think, Diggy Doggy? Is it a good idea? Of course it is a good idea. Under my Xiaomi I've got this beautiful goldy protective plate. It looks actually super nice. And also I added gold aluminium screws, which looks even better. But when you hit rock or something, then those screws can bend a little bit, like this one. Jesus Christ. But yeah, this is a price to make your scooter a little bit more delicious. It looks sweet. Houston, we have a problem. Oh Jesus. Yep, it just bent a little bit. Oh shit. I added some extra sealant to make it a little bit more waterproof. It's quite hard to remove this bottom case, but yeah, it's done. Inside your Xiaomi you will find something like this. So here is battery and here is motherboard. This cable is going from battery to motherboard, so you have to unpin this one, and now you have to make or buy that kind of simple adapter. So from one end you've got battery output, this is simple EXT30 connector, and from the other end you've got two battery input outputs. So this one you are connecting to motherboard like this, and now you've got place for two batteries. So now you can connect your built-in battery and so extra external one. Also you can just use it to use some bigger charger, like in my case 4 amps beast. Also you can even add third connector, so for one extra battery, for one battery built-in and for some extra charger. So this is quite simple idea and I think it's worth actually to consider, because thanks to it you can add some extra battery or just use some bigger charger. If you have any questions, just leave it in comment section, I will back to you. And if you like this episode, hit like button, subscribe, see you in next one.
Only full throttle or full brake?